Hey guys, welcome to a brand new video on my channel, Meg's Movies. If you are new to this channel, this is basically where I talk to you guys about my passion for movies. This goes from collections, hauls, reviews, and today's video, so let's get into it. Okay, so we are back with another top 10 of the 1990s, and we're now doing 91. So I'm not gonna lie here, to be honest, 91... it's mainly maybe the top four. Mainly the top four that I enjoy the most. The rest I enjoy, but they're not like ones I return to that often. Because there's a lot of films, like I said, that I still haven't seen. So these are the ones that I have seen. A lot of these I haven't watched since I was a kid. Some of these I haven't watched in a couple of years. So it's more of a how I feel in the moment when I was looking at Letterboxd and looking at the releases in 91. But yeah, so there's two I actually physically don't own. So I've got my list here and then I've got the physical copies here. So I know what I'm doing. So yeah, so let's get into the top 10 movies of 1991 for me. Okay, and at number 10, we have An American Tail, Firefall Goes West. This is the only American Tail film I have actually seen. I've never seen the rest of them, so who knows, maybe I'll give them a watch at some point. But I remember growing up on this film. I thought this film was a little bit odd, but it was fun. And for some reason, I still remember it, even though I haven't watched it for years. And I mean, I don't think I've watched it since I was a kid. I still remember certain scenes from this film, and it's surprising how much I do remember. But I remember enjoying the characters. I thought they were quite fun and entertaining. I know this is a Don Bluth film, is it? Is it Don Bluth? No, not Don Bluth. I got it wrong. My bad. Oh no, it's Steven Spielberg. Tell a lie. It says it up there. That helps. But no, this is why it's at number 10, because I have not watched this since I was a kid. But I do remember enjoying it when I was growing up. But yeah, I still need to watch the other ones. I don't know how many others there are. I think there's only like 2 other ones maybe. Let me know in the comments. But no, at number 10, American Tail, Firefall Goes West. Okay, and at number 9, we have Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey. So I went for this one because out of all the other films on the 90s list that I have seen, nothing really came to mind apart from this one. So I will say it's not as good as the first one. I will admit that. But at the same time, it is still fun and enjoyable to watch. It's nice to go back with Bill and Ted, and we got death that gets introduced into this film. There are some funny moments in this one. Yet again, another weird film. I'm into my weird films, what can I say? But no, I do love the Bill and Ted franchise. I was meant to do a ranking, never did get around to it. But no, so Bill and Ted Bogus Journey is at number 9 because, yet again, this is another one that I haven't watched for a good 6 years, 7 years, something like that. I haven't watched it for a while. Because I watched it before I went to go and see Face the Music, which, whenever that came out, which was a couple of years ago. So it's been a couple of years since I've seen Bogus Journey. But no, it's not the best of the film franchise, but it is still fun and entertaining to watch. Okay, and at number 8, some people might have had this a bit higher, but for me, it's more of a, I enjoy it, but just not as much as I hoped. And that is Hook. I do enjoy this film. I think Robin Williams did such an amazing job in this film. You also got Dustin Hoffman, Julia Roberts. So there was a lot of good things in this film. But when it comes to the Peter Pan films, kind of like my sister, my favourite is the Peter Pan live action one, the 2000 something. But this is still an enjoyable film. I think the cast is hilarious. The characters are fun. I like the fact that we're dealing with a grown-up Peter. Like, this is a different take on the Peter Pan tale. And I think it's fun. And it does have some dark moments in this as well. So it does feel different. And it's nice to feel different. But the reason why this is higher than the other two is because I think I have a lot more memories attached to this one. Mainly because my sister used to watch this quite a bit growing up. So no, this is a good film. Like I said, it's not terrible. But like, for me, there's some other Peter Pan films that I enjoy just a little bit more. Okay, and at number 7, this is one of the ones I don't own physically, and that is Silence of the Lambs. Now, I have only watched this once, hence why it's quite far near the bottom, because I have, like I said, only seen this once. And you know what? I'm surprised I hadn't watched it sooner, because I do like a thriller movie from time to time, and the fact that you got Anthony Hopkins playing this serial killer, and it's like he's just not right in the head, and you've got so many good actors in this, and creepy Bill, I can't remember his name. I know it's Bill something. This is what I mean, I've only seen the film once. I do apologise. I know it's an absolute classic. But I do plan on watching it again, because it is a good film. If you want something that's a thriller, that's not too horror-y, then this is one I'd go for. But the Bill guy creeped me out so much, and the whole well situation, and it's just, yeah, just the whole film is unique in itself. And I know there's some other films in the franchise. I've seen Red Dragon. I think the only ones I haven't seen are Manhunter and Hannibal Rising. I think they're the 3 films. I could be wrong. Like I said, I only watched this film once, so I'm not really into this franchise, but you know what I mean. But Silence of the Lambs had to make this list because I do enjoy it. I did enjoy the time I watched it, so I look forward to giving this a rewatch. I might give it a watch during Halloween. Who knows? Okay, and at number 6, I've got my Chucky set out again, and that's because it is Child's Play 3. Now, the reason why Child's Play 3 is above Silence of the Lambs is because, like I said, I have only seen that film once. So once I've maybe watched it a couple more times, maybe it'll go higher up. But I did watch Child's Play 3 more because obviously I was a massive fan of the Chucky franchise. So I had to go with my gut and put this a little bit higher than Silence of the Lambs. But no, I do enjoy Child's Play 3. Is it the best out of the 3? Not really. But I get what they were trying to do, and I understand sort of like the plots and things like that. But for me, Child's Play 3 is sort of near the bottom of the ranking for this, when I do eventually do a ranking. But I still get enjoyment out of it. I do have a good laugh. There's some memorable kills in this one. But this was the end of the Child's Play trilogy before we then got on to Bride of Chucky and his more comedic side. So, yeah, this is a pretty decent film. I'm not going to lie, for the 1991, the films were a bit of a struggle for me, like I said. Okay, now we're into the top 5. So, the number 5 spot, a lot of people would have probably put at their number 1. But like I said, the ones that are at the top 4, I grew up with them the most. I have more memories attached to them, so they will be ahead of this one. But this is still a good film nonetheless. And at number 5, Terminator 2, Judgment Day. This is a good sequel. This is an amazing sequel. It's fun, entertaining. The new characters are good. I will say the new Connor, he's a little bit annoying. Not Connor. Oh, I forgot his name now. Brain meld. John Connor. Sorry. My mind just went blank for like 5 seconds there. I will say John Connor was a bit more annoying in this one compared to like future films. But it is still enjoyable nonetheless. This is an amazing sequel. This is one of those ones where it's kind of like in my top 10 list yesterday that I done, where the sequel is pretty much probably better than the first one. I mean, I will be completely honest, I'd probably return to this one more than the first one. Just for the simple fact of the effects look amazing. Arnie was amazing in this. Just, honestly, such a good sequel. One of the better ones. Okay, and at number 4, we have Beauty and the Beast. Of course, I was going to add a Disney film onto this list. I had to include it. This is a good film. I will say it's not my absolute favourite of the Disney films, but it is certainly probably in my top 15 because I do enjoy this. I think it's a fun, unique story. You know, it's all about learning to overcome looks and sort of like be different, and it's such a romantic story in a weird way. Gaston, one of my favourite villains from Disney. In fact, I think he'd probably make my top 5 if I was to think about it. The songs in this are really good. It's just an enjoyable film, and the animation as well is amazing. Going from the castle to the town to the ending, like so many different colours, such amazing, beautiful animation, and one of Disney's best classic films, I think. And I think this was part of the Renaissance era, so you can definitely see why it's a Renaissance era. I think this won some Oscars as well. Okay, and at number 3, we have The Addams Family. I had to include this. This is one of my go-to Halloween watches every year. I do try and get around to watching it if I can. But this is weird, entertaining. It's kooky, as they say in the theme song. But this is the best Addams Family film we've gotten that I've seen. I'm going to be completely honest. Like, I have seen all the other ones. This is the best one. Nothing's been able to top it. I like Wednesday, the TV show. That was quite good. But nothing will beat this. You had an amazing cast. I mean, Christopher Lloyd. I absolutely love his character in this as Fester. Just absolutely entertaining. Creepy, kooky, fun. And a childhood classic for me. Like, I will never get bored of this film. And like I said, this is on my October watch list every year. Okay, number 2, I don't physically own, which, to be honest, I thought I did. But apparently I don't. So, unless it's hidden away somewhere or I'm blind, who knows. And at number 2, it is Drop Dead Fred. I remember I think I found a clip on YouTube. And it just popped up. And it was the got dog poo on my shoe scene. And I found it funny, and I was like, okay, maybe I should go and try and find this film somewhere. Luckily, I found it. I think it was on... Was the full movie on YouTube? I think the full movie was on YouTube. I can't remember how I watched it. But Rick Mayall, absolutely hilarious. And it was for that film that I ended up watching a couple of the bottom things. So, thank you, Drop Dead Fred, for that. But yeah, again, this is another one of those weird films. This is to do with an imaginary friend. And it's just, he's such a weird friend you come up with. Like, for her as a character, you wouldn't think she'd come up with an imaginary friend like that, but she did. But I get it. I suppose your imaginary friend is the opposite of you, I suppose. But it's funny, it's hilarious. The practical effects in this are fun and entertaining, especially when he gets his face squished in the fridge. So many funny one-liners, so many favourite moments, and whenever I feel down, if I was to watch something funny, this probably would make the list, because it is fun and entertaining, and it's weird. It's just overall an odd film, but one I'd recommend you watch, even if you just watch it the once, because it's not going to be for everyone, but it is worth a watch at least once. However, at my number 1, nothing would go ahead of it. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Secret of the Ooze, the second film in this trilogy. Yes, I had to go with that one because I have a lot more memories attached to this one, yet again, kind of like the first one. Is it as good as the first one? No, but it does come pretty close. It is still fun and entertaining. I like the fact that we got a backstory on the Ooze. We got some new characters come into this. Shredder, yet again, a badass villain. But I will say, for some reason, the Vanilla Ice rap, the Go Ninja, Go, that stuck in my head for years and years and years. And then every time I rewatch it, it gets stuck in my head again. Like right now, it's currently playing in my head. But I had to go with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles too, because, yet again, a childhood memory. This is something that I connect with my childhood. When I think of 90s, I do think of the Turtles films. So when I was looking up the 91 films, as soon as I saw that, I knew that had to be my number 1. As much as I possibly would have gone Addams Family if I weren't so attached to this one, this is still an absolute fun movie. So like I said, not as good as the first one, but it is still fun. It's enjoyable. I get a good laugh out of it. And yeah. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Secret of the Ooze, my number 1 for 1991. So yeah, I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, then do give it a thumbs up. And if you are new to this channel, then go ahead, hit that subscribe button and also notification bell down below to be notified when I post. And also leave me your comments and thoughts on my top 10 of 1991. What is your top 10 of 1991? Let me know. There's some I haven't seen. For example, I think I saw Thelma and Louise was one of the films from that year. So I do apologise. Like I said, there is a lot of films from this decade I still haven't seen. So who knows, maybe in the future I might redo these once I've seen some more of them. But yeah, so I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys next time.